All right, January PTR. Let's see. Greetings, adventurers. Eternum is an ever-evolving world, and as such, we continue our efforts in providing our players with an assortment of ongoing new features, content, and changes similar to the activities leading up to our latest major update. We are approaching the release of our next large release and would like to once again invite you to all participate in the next cycle of our public test realm. Okay, this is just explaining what the PTR is. We know what that is. It's public test realm. Okay, Expedition, Modifiers, Mutators. Within this PTR, we are introducing a new endgame feature, Expedition Mutators. Mutators change the familiar by augmenting normal and named enemies found within expeditions, changing the way the encounters play out and what strategies players should consider before battle. And as combat changes, so do the rewards. New bespoke gear and resources can be found, providing additional means to increase your power level. This system is intended to rotate through a unique combination of expeditions and mutations each week, with 10 difficulty levels per expedition mutation. Players will be challenged to climb the ladder with the aim of eventually reaching the max difficulty. However, during this PTR cycle, these rotations will be placed on an accelerated schedule so that everyone will get a chance to play a variety of mutations on several endgame expeditions. Please be advised that the recommended gear score levels for mutated expedition is important as it directly factors into enemy scaling, and by consequence, your chances of success. Please note this combat scaling is individual per player and separate from the base difficulty increases in the health and damage. We expect higher difficulties to be extremely difficult, and so we'll be very interested in the group outcomes and scores, especially from those who consider themselves highly competitive or highly skilled. To accommodate for this month's PTR playtesting, players will be given a starting 600 gear score loadout. All right. Entering a mutated expedition. On the PTR, all players will be issued a generous sum of keys to run expedition. Upon approaching and interacting with the expedition menu, players will be able to see the type of mutator available and mutation level, gear score recommendation to advance, and lastly, if they meet the qualifications for entry. Scoring and advancement. Score is performance based, taken from a combination of categories. Score is also a shared value for group members. The following categories count towards the group's overall score value. Time. The better the time, the better the score, calculated at the end of the run. AI kills. A target value for killing a predetermined amount of enemies within the expedition. Takedowns. A target value for killing named enemies within the expedition. Team wipes. Each team wipe during a boss fight reduces the score by a significant amount. Oh, damn. Respawns. Each respawn reduces the score by a moderate amount. Oh, damn. There are also bonus multipliers for run efficiency, minimal respawning, wiping speed, and taking down all targets. These are calculated at the end of the expedition run. The score ranks are bronze, silver, and gold. Advancements through each mutated difficulty level requires reaching a pre-designated level of proficiency within the highest achieved level. Higher scores mean advancement to higher difficulties, which in turn lead to bigger rewards. Okay, Expedition Mutator schedules. During the duration of PTR test cycle, one of the following expeditions will be mutated every 48 hours. Dynasty Shipyard, Garden of Genesis, Lazarus Instrumentality. Furthermore, we feel that the following scheduled mechanics are also worth spotlighting. The difficulty level for each mutated expedition is tracked separately and will persist across mutation cycles. There are a total of 8 different mutation combinations that will be randomly cycled alongside the 48-hour expedition rotation. The expedition interact menu will display the current mutation available. Okay. Expeditions changes. Please say they've nerfed the keys requirements. With the release of Expedition Mutators, we've made some balance changes and updates to existing content. We've made expeditions more enticing by updating rewards and drop rates, bringing them in line with other in-game activities. Drop rates for named enemies in expeditions have significantly increased. Tier 5 gear has been named to Dynasty Shipyard. has been added to Dynasty Shipyard loot tables when playing in Mutated Expedition. We've also adjusted certain enemy counts. Lazarus Intermentality reduced the number of enemies when sealing the ancient Azoth portals in the Ostium. They haven't done it, have they? They haven't nerfed the keys. Damn it. Upon character creation on the PTR, players will be given multiple caches of special armor and weapon. Each cache has a designated based upon a general build based on the main attribute: con, dex, int, folk, and strength. In addition, we'll also be issuing a large sum of orbs to facilitate the expedition mutator runs with our accelerated scheduling. In the event all orbs are exhausted, we reroll a new character will provide you with additional set of orbs. To help manage the sudden onset of new items, we advise that you please do not open all provided caches at once or risk becoming encumbered. Instead, equip all provided bags and then follow up with opening each cache deliberately. Any undesired caches can be dropped or deposited into your personal settlement storage. Lastly, during the final week of testing, a new loadout will be provided with a max gear out score of 625, allowing for renewed take on the level 10 difficulty mutations. To take advantage of this offer, a new character will need to be created. So gear score is going to be increased to 625. Okay, that's confirmed. New features: Umbral Shard Equipment Upgrade System. With this system, we've added Umbral Shards to the game. Umbral Shards are a mysterious, powerful resource that enable you to take an item with a gear score of 600 all the way up to a gear score of 625. Raising your equipment's gear score in this way is critical if you want to dive into higher difficulty mutated expeditions or gain a competitive edge in PvP. We have also increased the expertise cap to 625. There is a earnable soft cap at 600, which you can reach in the same ways as before, such as gypsum casts and defeating powerful enemies. With this update, crafting a gear score 600 item will also raise your expertise if you're not already at 600 for that item. Going from 600 to 625 requires Umbral Shards, which can be acquired in 3 ways. Completing mutated expeditions, crafting a gear score 600 item when your expertise with that item is also at 600, opening a gypsum cast when your expertise for that item is also at 600. That's cool. Umbral Shards can only be applied to an equipment place if both of these two conditions are met. The equipment piece is gear score 600. Your expertise for that piece of equipment is also 600. Okay, so you have to get your expertise up to 600 in order for the Umbral Shards to work. Otherwise, you can't use them. So you need to work on your expertise first and then use them. So if you just keep using your gypsum casts to get it to 600, then after you use it again, you will hopefully get a shard or whatever. That's cool. We think the summoning of brutes proved to be too frequent and too easily handled by solo players alone. We want this to be more of a group effort, so we've increased the cost by 50%. Brute summoning stone cost has increased from 500 to 750 Azoth essence. Okay. Combat updates. Bow fixed an issue with that allow players to instantly jump cancel the bow shot recovery. Void Gauntlet. The blessed item perk is now available on the Void Gauntlet. Ammo refund. Effects from abilities, perks, and the attribute bonus that refunds ammo now has 2-second cooldown. Alright. Fast travel costs. We've heard your frustrations with the cost of fast travel, and this release includes an update that dramatically reduces the distance factor in the amount of Azoth required for each trip. Accordingly, the faction control point bonus associated with fast travel now reduces the distance factor to 0. Wait, so if a faction owns a territory, it's free? That's pretty cool. But okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So if say your syndicate and syndicate own like Reekwater will be free fast travel. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Sisters PTR frequently asked questions. Okay. I mean, my kind of view on that is pretty cool. I'm disappointed that they didn't make the orbs slightly easier to craft. I gotta be honest. You know, with the big expedition changes, I think now would have been a good time to like kind of nerf the orbs a little bit, make them slightly easier to craft. I think there's a lot of complaints about that at the moment about it just takes too long to grind out the orbs. So I think now would have been a good time to like reduce that requirement a little bit, the crafting requirement a little bit. Maybe even like remove the cooldown and stuff like that on the orbs. So I'm a little bit disappointed that's not in there, but overall I think it's good update. Definitely with the fast travel costs, that's definitely needed to be brought in, and the expedition mutators sound really really cool. Yeah, but yeah, I think some people will be disappointed that they haven't nerfed the orb crafting requirement, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But overall, it's good. It's a good update, and yeah, looking forward to it. And yeah. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.